What's up, everyone? Welcome to A Few Bits Podcast, episode 76. I'm your host, Cole Dixon. On youtube.com/FewBitsPodcast, Podcast, you're seeing us live.
Yep.
Ryan is on the other side. He's right down the road that way from my house, I think. We're recording via Skype today because Ryan doesn't want to see me.
I have lots of things that I need to catch up on life. We've been seeing each other an awful lot, and I haven't had time to do house things like laundry or other things like that. So that's pretty much the only reason.
Are you saying it's too much of a good thing?
Yes, it's 100% the reason. It's too much of a good thing, and I'm frankly sick of it.
Could it also be because of a taken king?
No, probably not. I don't know, honestly, if I'm gonna have time to play much Destiny. I almost said Halo. Much Destiny today, just because of the children, the kid, and things like that. Yes. Also, there's lots of football today that I would like to watch.
It is Sunday morning of September 20th, 2015. 20th. So, yeah, we usually don't do these on morning time. I guess it's not super early anymore, though.
And we're also doing this is a way different setup than what I usually do. And I'm hoping that I can just upload this on YouTube after we're done, and then just rip out the audio easily somehow. I haven't thought about that really yet. And then just post it on our iTunes account, and then we'll just kind of take it from there. So
download.
Usually, I
subscribe.
have to. Usually, a little behind the scenes, I have to combine all the videos I get from the GoPro, put them all together. It takes 8 hours to encode, and then another 20 hours to upload to YouTube. So this will hopefully be a lot easier. There's a weird puppet show going on. If you're just watching, or if you're just listening to the audio, I will try to describe. There is a wolf kissing a Yoshi.
The wolf's name is Reginald.
Actually, yeah, okay.
Isn't Yoshi gay though? So
I don't know.
Isn't this okay?
I don't know if Yoshi's gay.
I mean, it's gay. I mean, it's gay. It's okay. It's gay regardless. It's okay regardless. For a male wolf to kiss a male Yoshi.
So my understanding is that Yoshi is a male.
Birdo is a tranny, right?
Yes, Birdo is a female, but was
originally very politically
a male.
Incorrect right now.
I don't know.
Transgendered creature.
Yeah, fictional Disney, fictional Nintendo character.
How politically correct do you have to be when you're talking about video game cartoon characters?
You
probably should still try to
be sensitive to those things, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want to be a bad person.
I think you're fine. I think it's all in good spirits.
Did you see the latest South Park?
I didn't.
With PC Principal?
No, I did not, actually.
It's pretty good, actually. There's a new principal at the school, and he is totally PC, Ryan.
Okay, that's good.
He's PC Principal.
That's good.
So don't say anything to make him mad. I think my dog got Yoshi. Look, there's a chunk.
No.
Yeah.
I have a Yoshi, too.
I don't know when that happened. So I got this, actually, and for those watching on youtube.com, and for those listening at home, I'm sorry you can't see the visuals here, but it's a cute little plushie.
Yeah, I see
Yoshi. We had a Mario Kart tournament at work.
Did you win him?
No, I lost. This was the prize, and I was upset, so I just bought my own, and I gave it to Meredith. So I don't think that teaches us any lessons about life necessarily.
No. No, it doesn't.
I didn't earn this. Well, I mean, I worked for my money that I purchased it with, so I kind of earned it.
Cole can't see my screen actually right now, but I also have a Yoshi.
Are you holding it up?
Yes, it's on my shoulder.
Can we make them kiss?
It would be the other way, but yes. Yep.
Oh. Are they kissing?
This is really weird. Yeah.
They kissing, right?
Now they're all right. Can we put the Yoshis? Kissing? Yes, they're kissing. Can we put them down now?
Okay, that's fine. All right. That's just the way we connected via the internet, Ryan.
Yep. The internet.
Kissed our Yoshis.
Kissed our Yoshis.
So it's Sunday, Ryan. How's that fantasy football team looking?
I just found out Alshon Jeffrey is out
Oh no,
as of
Bear,
right now. He wasn't
Bears
gonna get me any points anyway, really, probably. So
Bears number one wide receiver Alshon Jeffrey.
I
Some
honest,
big points this week for Ryan.
I'm a Bears fan, and I honestly can't name a wide receiver that is active at this point.
The dog is really she's barking down there. She probably sees a cat.
I can't hear it.
That's good. No, that's good. You don't
Yeah.
have to listen to me be a terrible puppy daddy. Um, yeah, Alshon Jeffrey is hurt. I guess. Sorry. We play each other this week,
We
so
do.
I guess
So
I'm not sorry
no, you should.
in
You
a
shouldn't.
way.
You're probably gonna win. I'm gonna.
Why do you say that?
I have a feeling. I have a feeling you're probably gonna win.
We played Madden,
We did play some Madden.
and it was
I won.
probably
I
it,
won.
it was probably the worst game of Madden I have ever played in my life. So congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you. I'm very happy about that.
No, it's fine. No, I
It's the first time I
legitimately
won.
tried. You legitimately beat me, and I'm never gonna associate myself with the Arizona Cardinals again in any capacity.
What, the beluga whales, we call them.
Yes, we. I got upset, and I started comparing them to quite possibly the most hideous creature in the sea,
The
Blue-
beluga whale.
beluga whale,
The beluga whale.
or the engorged dolphin, as I call them from time to time. I never call them that, but they look like if a dolphin
Uh huh.
like found
Yeah.
like a giant boulder in the sea
Okay, I'm with you.
and just like repeatedly for like 3 days just rammed his head into it hard as he could, then you would have a beluga whale.
Poor beluga whale. Never
Like
saw it. Never saw it coming.
all of its motor skills, like it can't function really anymore. It just kind of is a gelatinous blob in the sea. That's the beluga whale.
So, how do you feel about this year's entry into the Madden series?
Um, it's alright.
Yeah, nothing to
I'm
nothing crazy.
See, I have bought the latest version of Madden since I don't know. It's been a while. We're talking,
You're saying you
getting
annually buy the Madden,
annually
the newest.
buy it. Yes. And it just is really a tradition for me at this point. I don't even necessarily it's probably just bad of me to continue to buy these things because I play them for a while and I enjoy them, and I think it's almost like an introduction to the season because at that point I'm like so
Oh
pumped
yeah,
for football because I love football so much that I just kind of need some
hype.
sort of
It's all
connection
hype.
to it. Yeah. So the game is good and it is fun, but you know it is what it is at this point. Like there's nothing. I I don't think we're at any point where any change year to year is going to be that significant. I
Sure.
mean, the early 2000s when things were really taking off with 3D and things were getting better at a very accelerated rate. That was kind of exciting from year to year. But now it's just kind of a little stale, I would say, at this point. But it's still fun. I mean, I enjoy football, so I give it a go. I guess what I'm getting at is I don't know next year if I'm going to buy it, but
Oh really?
I probably will
I feel like you're gonna.
because I just
I feel like day one you're gonna.
it's like wasting money. It's what I'm about, Ryan.
I feel like you at this point probably couldn't go through an entire Madden day Tuesday without buying it,
Yeah,
without
probably.
going to the store or the whatever the digital store.
Yeah, I did the old digital way this year. I did. This is like the time of year for sports games though, because I also picked up NHL, which I do enjoy more than
You enjoy NHL more than Madden?
Madden. Yes,
Is
I don't
there?
know.
Is it like just the flow of the game, or is it?
Yeah, I feel more in control with hockey games because they're always like there's always action. You're always kind of in the action in the moment. You know, in football there is there's a lot of strategy and there's a lot of decision making in between actual gameplay with the plays you pick, and there's all the pre-snap stuff, and
Sure.
like some people really get into that and that's cool, but I'm just kind of like I want to just be in the action. I just want to play. I just want to like move, and I'm gonna put my phone on silent because there's ESPN right there. Um,
Things are happening soon.
oh yeah, game day live. It's on, Ryan.
Oh
We
God.
gotta. I know things are happening. Um, I think hockey is just it's a faster paced game, which is more. I think it translates to a more fun experience in games. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Totally.
I enjoy like you know with because we're from Illinois. Don't let the Green Bay hat fool you. Um, I think with uh, you know, the success that we've seen with the Blackhawks lately, I think hockey is getting like closer to the level of enjoyment that I have with football.
Sure. Sure.
But it's, football is still like my number one watch sport, and hockey is my number one play sport. So, I just think it
yeah,
translates better.
it's fun when your team wins, obviously. And we're kind of, living through the '90s Bulls, all their championships.
Oh yeah.
It's probably that on a lesser scale, but it feels like that.
Chicago fans in general are pretty spoiled, honestly. I mean, I know the Bears have kind of struggled. They made it to the Super Bowl one year.
Yep.
But
Yeah, the best thing that's happened to us in 10 years is that kickoff return in a game we lost. So,
Devin Hester,
yeah,
beautiful thing.
beautiful thing.
Peyton Manning, that look on his face, dumbfounded. But he was calculating something great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. Football's fun. I'm excited. Football's starting about
How-
50 minutes here.
How it should just like put a countdown clock somewhere on the
Edit that in right here. Or is it right here? I don't even know where I am.
It'd be the
There?
other side.
All right.
But I don't think I could.
Don't worry about it.
How
So you're just going to hit that load button,
just watch football.
grab the baby, grab a controller, do this and then football,
He gets
and like you can like vacuum with your foot.
uh-huh.
I'm having fun with this video thing, right? I'm just oh god, I have a new Astro,
Uh-huh.
and it is a Xbox One
Uh-huh.
set, but it works like look at this little setup I have. It plugs into the bottom of the Xbox One controller and runs that directly into your computer there, so it works really well. I don't know why I decided to go, but I'm just kind of going on a tangent here, Ryan. You want to talk about some video games?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Video games are good. I like video games.
NHL is fun. We should do a stream of that sometime.
Oh, so you have it already?
Yeah.
Okay. When did it came out this
You
week?
bet your sweet butt I do.
It came out this week.
Yeah, it came out on Tuesday.
Okay. I didn't know. I felt like it was a little early, but
We got preseason hockey next week, Ryan.
things are happening.
Hockey is here. Sports are here.
Jeez.
We don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on with the Hawks right now that are unfortunate,
I mean, yeah. Totally.
and there's news of things that are not good. Other than that, I'm ready for some hockey.
I mean, there was Patrick Kane and they were both supposed to be on the cover, and that didn't happen now.
Now it's just Johnny Toes.
Yeah. He's holding the cup, right? Is that what the pose is on the cover?
Yes, I could go get it, but it's downstairs, and I don't think you want to wait for me to go
No.
get it.
Not really.
Yes, he is holding the cup.
Because I think originally it was supposed to be just both of them holding the cup.
Holding the cup. Yes. So, and a little sad factoid as well. I don't know if there's been. I just got it a couple days ago, and I don't know if there has been a roster update to this point. But before, like when this game launched, they had just automatically assigned Kane as an assistant captain. So they gave him the A on his sweater. That didn't happen in real life. Seabrook got the A. So I don't know if they're gonna like change that or if they're just gonna leave that in or I don't know how detailed they get about that sort of thing. But that's kind of like another little
Because who had it before? Duncan Keith, and he retired, or it was someone that retired,
No,
right?
it was Sharp, and Sharp got traded.
Oh, okay.
Um, so yeah, everyone thought Kane was gonna get it, but not now after all this business.
Legal troubles,
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
allegations.
Yeah, it's this whole thing is really unfortunate because I don't think we're ever gonna really find out what. And for those who don't like,
Who just follow video games.
yes, there is an ongoing investigation of sexual assault against, probably, arguably, besides Jonathan Tay, who's probably the best player in the Hawks right now. His name's Patrick Kane, and he was supposed to be on the cover of NHL, and they took him off because of this whole thing. So, um, we're probably not gonna. And getting back to my point, we're probably not gonna actually ever find out what really happened,
It'll
which
just
is
be
unfortunate.
settled out of court, and then that's it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Roethlisberger, Kobe Bryant kind of deal where like just he buys his way out of it, and then there's always that shred of doubt. So it's I've never like as a fan of sports in general, I've never really been put in a situation like this where you had to really like look at your moral compass on how you're going to root for your team and a player in general that you were pretty adamant about in previous years. So it should be interesting this year with the season in general, in my opinion.
Totally,
Like
yeah.
I don't know. I heard the other day that because they just started training camp, and as soon as Patrick Kane hit the ice, the crowd was like going crazy cheering him, and I'm not quite sure that's the right reaction. So it's kind of unfortunate in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if all the facts came out and we really found out that nothing, I think something happened. I don't know to the extent of what happened,
Specifically what, yeah.
but if we find out that nothing serious occurred, then I think I can become more comfortable in rooting for him. But other than that, it's gonna kind of go into the season feeling a little icky here, Ryan. A little icky inside.
Yeah. Can't do anything about it. It is a weird thing.
It is weird, and yeah, especially it's such a like a this franchise is like at the point where I don't know, they're like the league leader, and they're supposed to be like setting the example, and to have this kid on there that's doing these stupid things, I would not be shocked if they at least attempt to trade him or get rid of him, which is unfortunate too because he's such a talent. But
Yeah, it's not like, whatever. It's not one of your low-scoring guys or one of your low-profile guys. It's the guy
the whole
that's...
thing is unfortunate. Reginald agrees.
That's right, Reginald.
All right, I guess that was my sports rant.
Sports.
Of the, we don't get on here too much, Ryan. So I gotta get it all out there.
Yeah, totally. This has been the first show in like 2 months.
I know. What have you been up to?
I played a lot of video games over those 2 months.
What did you play?
So I've kind of gone back and forth, like playing the Metal Gear games.
Okay.
I've started a lot of them, but I've never finished them. And with 5 coming out, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see what I can get through. And they're all like on Vita. Vita for me has been a great platform because I can kind of play it in bed. I don't have to be in front of the TV or kind of away from the kid. I can just kind of grab it, grab and go. I can just pop it on whenever I can.
Yeah.
So
Poppin'.
yeah. So I played. I finished Metal Gear 1, 2.
How is it going back to like an original PlayStation game? I imagine it's rough. I imagine it's rough. Yeah.
It is rough. The controls, they're, if you remember like how they were kind of back then, they don't feel like they should like now. Just kind of attacking or shooting with the square button and
when that
stuff
came out,
like that.
When that game came out, did they even have sticks?
I think there was a setting where you could change the stick for Metal Gear 1.
Yeah.
You could set it to like analog mode or not. I don't know, to be honest.
Because I remember the original PlayStation controllers was just the D-pad.
It was just the D-pad and the 4 face buttons and the shoulder buttons and stuff like that.
Simplistic.
So yeah, I played through 1, 2, and 3. I didn't get to 4. I don't even like my PS3 hooked up right now. I just kind of ran out of time. Obviously with those games. Those games aren't terribly long. They're not as long as I thought. Obviously not as long as Metal Gear 5. Seems like it's gonna be forever. They're like 1 and 2. Actually, probably all of them. They're less than 20 hours. They're probably like a 10 to 15 hour experience to kind of go through.
Mm.
So doing that, maybe an hour or so a night or whatever. Like, it didn't take too long, to get through. So I'm glad I did it. The controls, obviously, like we said before, it's weird kind of going back to those old controls. It makes you kind of appreciate the newer controls and things like that. 5 being kind of a sequel to 3, and also I forget what the fuck is going on over there. The PSP game, Peace Walker. I didn't play that though. I kind of wanted to kind of get a feel for the story and kind of where things were going.
I've heard mixed reviews on that one. Some people really loved that game, and others just not so much.
So at the beginning of Ground Zeroes, which is the prequel to 5, they kind of go over. There's like a little, just a couple pages of like actual text that you can read through that kind of briefly gives you the story of Peace Walker, the PSP game. And I was like, you know what? I kind of read through it and I got the gist of it, and I was like, I wonder if there's just like a video of like the whatever the story and stuff like that that I could easily go through. And I found like there's like a 3-hour like video of all the cutscenes from this PSP game. So I watched that and watched most of it. I think I got pretty much the gist of the story through that. So I felt like I was pretty caught up in the world of Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Sans playing 4. I think 4 answers a lot of the questions of 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I'd like to go back to that at some point. And I probably will. Actually, before 5 came out, I was looking at like prices, and like they were like all over the place for 4. Or like there's this Legacy collection that you can get all of like 1 through 4 plus Peace Walker HD plus like all that other stuff. And all those prices were kind of all over the place because no one knew on like Amazon or eBay or whatever like what they should be charging for a thing like that with 5 coming out. Just people trying to take advantage of kind of the hype and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna wait a little bit on that. But I have been playing 5 to bring it all the way back.
Do you understand the story?
A lot of Metal Gear. So there's kind of like 2 timelines. There's the Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, and Metal Gear 5. Mm-hmm. And then there's 1, 2, and 4. They kind of go over. So 1, 2, and 4 go over the story of Solid Snake, and 3, Peace Walker, and 5 go over the story of Big Boss, which takes place in earlier. So 3 takes place in like the Cold War up until like 5, which takes place in 1984. I believe 1 starts in the 90s, I think. 90s to like, I don't know when.
So this is my biggest problem with Metal Gear.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know if I could sit here and explain to you for hours on what's going on.
I don't think you need to.
I don't think.
I just wanted to let you know that is my biggest problem. It's just.
All right.
And
so
some people love it.
So 1 is probably.
Obviously. Ryan, look, my dog sent me a Valentine one year.
Cole, I don't know what there's a department. Oh, that's the department.
That's the department I work in.
From Zucchini Loves You. You are a good puppy daddy.
Yeah.
from Meredith and
And zucchini. It says woof.
zucchini, and it says woof, and there's a small drawing of zucchini.
Yep.
I got it. I'm explaining what I'm seeing to the people that are listening just to the audio.
Right. Understood. That really needed to get out there in the world. So so you know, she is like really crying down there and wants to go outside, but I am a good puppy daddy.
That's right.
It's just because she sees a squirrel or a cat. She peed before we started. So she's okay.
So Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear 2 is probably the craziest Metal Gear that I've played.
Okay.
1 is probably the most grounded in like easy to follow storyline.
Right.
I'm grounded in some sort of reality.
So a Metal Gear is like a mech, but
yes.
But you rarely ever see these mechs in the game.
No, that's
not true.
Sort of.
All I see is
they're kind of like the big bosses at the end of the games. Typically.
All I see him riding a horse in 5, so should be riding a mech.
There are mechs that you can ride in 5.
Yeah. So it's like Titanfall.
They're not that big. They are probably twice the size of you.
Twice the size of me.
Yeah, so you just kind of hop in it. It's kind of like a little mobile suit. But there is like a bigger Metal Gear. In 2, there's a Metal Gear that is so big that it runs into New York and takes out half of the city. And that's how big it is.
Okay. Does Godzilla show up to fight it?
No, sadly, he does not. You do fight the president. Spoiler
the United
alert.
States in a mech?
You fight, spoiler alert, this is the end of 2. You fight the president on top of the federal building with a sword.
God damn it.
And the president is also a bad guy. So yeah. And after a giant mech explodes into the city. 2 goes really crazy places. 2 is also the introduction of Raiden. You know, there was that whole twist where you don't actually play as Snake the whole time. You play as Raiden.
I actually played that one for a while.
Yeah.
Didn't beat it.
They're not that long. You might enjoy it. 2 goes weird places. I'm assuming 4, I haven't played it yet, but I'm assuming that also probably goes to some pretty strange places. But bring it back to today, to 2015.
Right, riding a horse. Metal
Gear Solid 5 is out. I haven't put a ton of time into it, but the time I've put into it, I've really enjoyed. I'm probably, I don't honestly know, 7 or 8 like main story missions in. I've done a couple side ops and stuff. I'm probably 8 or 9 hours into it at this point. From my understanding, there's like, and they're broken up into episodes. So,
Okay.
And they actually start with like, there's like credits at the beginning of each episode, and then there's end credits. So they're specifically like broken out like that. They even say like special guest star, and then they kind of tell you who's going to be in the episode or mission or whatever, like characters and stuff like that. So there's
a little different style.
Yeah, it's totally a different style. There's 50, I guess, like story missions in the game. There's like 30 or so to get to credits, and then there's like 50 to get to the real ending. So I don't know. I'm about a third through the story, I suppose, and then really far away from the actual finish the game. I don't know if I'll get that far, but I'd like to at least see the credits at some point. I'm kind of going through it, finding time when I can play it. I also played through Ground Zeroes, obviously, too. That's really short. That's like one of these episodes, so it's an hour and a half, maybe the first playthrough.
They were giving that away for free.
They were. That's how
Xbox.
That's how I played it. So, and on PS4.
It was PS4 too?
Yeah. So
I didn't download it.
Well, if you play that, or if anyone plays that, it's very similar to that. It's the other Metal Gear games. I'm trying to think of how to. Every one of them feels a little bit different. This one is very open world. It's also, it's kind of left trigger, right trigger too. You can kind of bring up your gun and shoot it with the right trigger, and it feels right. It feels like how a modern video game kind of should feel, not like some of those older games I was obviously playing.
Is it like Metal Gears of War or no? Different?
You can go into cover, but it's not cover based where you're like popping in and out of cover all the time. It's still very stealth. There's still a lot of stealth mechanics in it. There's a doggy on the screen. There's oh lord, a lot of static. That dog is on top of the microphone. Now your beard's on the microphone.
Sorry.
There's still
Sorry for those people at home.
there's still a ton of stealth in the game. The game is a stealth. It's an open world stealth game, but you can also kind of play the game any way you want, and you could do that in the other Metal Gear games. Like you would fight a lot of bosses, and there were multiple ways to defeat those bosses. With the different tools that you had at the time. But more in this game than any of those games is it's kind of open world. There's like one world to go in. You kind of do what you need to do to get around in that world. You even like you have like a home base that you're building and collecting guys and things like that. You're gathering resources for your home base. So sometimes you might want to go on like a side mission just to grind out materials to upgrade a different gun or something like that. And that hasn't been in any of the previous games to my knowledge. So
That's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different. And again with open world games, one of the most fun things is that if you want to kind of screw around in it and not take it so seriously, you can totally do that. If you want to just run around and so you have these, I'm sure you've heard about the Fultoning system. You have these balloons that you put a balloon on something and there's a percentage on it and then you send it up and then it goes back to your base. So if you want to just run around and
put balloons on things?
If you want to knock guys out and put balloons on them, they come to your base and then
Punch horses.
They can help you out. If you find some goats out there in the world, hey, maybe you want those goats at your base. Balloon them up, send them on their way.
Can you eat them?
I don't know what you do with the goats. They're at my base right now.
You harvest the ghosts?
Harvest my goats.
Goats.
I found
a
bunch of wolves out there.
A ghost is a wolf from Game of Thrones, so I was kind of on the right track.
There you go. Fulton a bunch of wolves. I guess there's bears somewhere. You can Fulton a bear at some point. Stuff like that. And even like, so to get out of an area, typically you would helicopter your way out of there. So you call your helicopter to a specific point.
Can you jetpack your way out of there?
No, but what you can do is you can find a crate, put a balloon on that crate, and then get out. So there's like stuff
Turns
like
into up.
Yeah. So there's like there's stuff like that. If you think a little bit outside of the box, you can probably get away with it. The opening of the game was very cinematic. It was very intense. It was probably one of the most memorable openings in a game in a very long time.
Yeah.
So
Zooey.
I think that definitely set the pace for the rest of the game. And it also feels really good to kind of, if you're really good at sneaking and you get past a bunch of guys, it feels really good. There's a real intense feeling of like.
Do you have to play it that way though?
You don't. You can just run and gun and shoot, but there might be too many guys and stuff like that. So you might get taken down. If you're smart though, and you can kind of sneak around and stuff like that, it's really intense and it's a good way to play. I find it very exciting to kind of. I try to typically sneak the best I can through as much stuff as I can. I'm tranking guys with my trank gun. I'm Fultoning them up. There's these boom boxes everywhere that plays 80s music. I'm stealing people's cassette tapes, and then now they're my tapes.
In the 80s?
Yeah, it's 1984, I believe.
So I might have missed this, but what does this like fall between two other games?
It would be 5 and it falls between 5 and 1 in the timeline.
Okay.
So this is the last game probably in the series, and it's the prequel to the first game in the series.
Understood.
That makes sense.
Okay.
And you're playing as a completely different character.
Perfect. Need like cliff notes, spark notes.
That wouldn't probably be a bad thing. And then to make it all crazy is that so there's the main characters of Big Boss from 5, and then like Solid Snake from 1. Solid Snake is actually a clone of Big Boss. So they look exactly the same.
Everyone knows that.
Yes, probably. So yeah, I don't know. Metal Gear is a really goddamn good game. It's
Okay.
I really enjoy playing it. There's a video of me playing it on our YouTube channel from last weekend. I think that was last weekend or 2 weekends. I can't remember. I really am looking forward to playing more of it. My only issue right now is that Destiny's out, and that's taking up a lot of my life.
Oh man.
I don't know what to do with myself. I just want to play some Destiny. It's a big problem. But Metal Gear.
You've got some big problems in your life, Ryan.
Those are my biggest problems right
We're
now.
here to talk them through.
That's my
with
biggest.
you. What do you enjoy playing most? You enjoy playing Destiny more?
I don't know. I don't know if I actually enjoy playing Destiny more as much as
Or is
like
it just there's more replayability with it?
it's just
I mean,
a lot.
obviously.
It's just the grind, man. It's just
Yeah.
like I want to build my light level up and
Dog
like
has awkward ears.
your dog does have really weird ears. And I just want to like build my light level up. I want to collect loot and I want to
She has awkward ears.
get to that next tier that I can do that next event and stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The raid looks really cool. I want to check out the raid and stuff like that. So, but actually, like playing, it's nice to play like a single player video game every once in a while. I play a lot of Destiny, and I play a lot of multiplayer focused games. So it's kind of nice to every once in a while, like kind of that with Batman, like just jump in a world that, hey, this is just me. I'm the only one playing here. And that's kind of fun and refreshing, and also something that's a little bit more like story focused too. There's actually probably
that's what I'm all about right now.
There's probably the least amount of story in any Metal Gear is probably 5, but there's still enough story, and I've invested so much time to kind of catch up and stuff like that that I kind of want to see it through. I've been trying to like avoid spoilers as much as I can. I don't think much has been really spoiled for me yet, so I'm hoping to kind of get to the end and see it through.
What's gonna happen when the new Halo comes out?
I don't know. That's next month. That's in like a month. It's a problem.
Does Destiny end?
Oh, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. So the way that Destiny really gets you, and I think I'm gonna at some point do a all Destiny podcast with. I have a friend named Mike. That
I won't be invited.
No, you won't be invited. You if you want to come on, that's fine.
I just do like stupid things though, like I usually do. Like I wanted to comment my dog. She can't see it on the podcast, but my dog got into our Halloween box because of that time of year, Ryan. There's a giant glitter skull in it, and she got into it. Now she has glitter all over her head.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
She's so silly.
Silly doggy. But so Mike kind of like helped me through.
Back to Destiny.
I never like did the raid, or I never did. There's this main guy called Skolas. He was like the last big boss before the expansion came out. I never did that. There was a lot of stuff I didn't do.
Skeletor.
He kind of carried me through some of that stuff, and he plays a lot of Destiny, so I should have him on, and we should do a Destiny cast at some point.
I can't wait.
I'm sure you can't wait. It'll be a lot of fun for me.
That's fine. That's fine. And I encourage you to go off with your Destiny friends and have Destiny dates.
Destiny dates. So what the thing that always brings me back to Destiny is that they do weekly stuff, and I think that's the thing that like feeds my kind of addiction the most. It's just kind of the weekly grind of, hey, I got to do this stuff weekly and stuff like that. And every Tuesday is the weekly reset, and I get excited about every Tuesday because I can do the same stuff over again. And
this makes me think that you would be way into PC games if you ever started playing them.
I'd probably be really into like League of Legends or stuff like that. Or not League of Legends, like WoW or stuff like that.
Second Life.
Second Life, totally.
I watched one of those for Polygon, Griffin and Justin McElroy do those monster factories. Where they just go into these games where you can create characters and just make like just abominations.
Sure.
They did Second Life, and it's really funny. So
Okay.
I'm plugging their
Playing them.
stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
I don't think they need it from
No,
us,
probably
but
not. But there you go. It
but
already
go watch
happened.
it. It's fun. We should do those, but we shouldn't because it's their idea.
We can do whatever you want. If you have any stupid ideas, we could probably do them.
Um,
I'm really good at putting together or like executing on your stupid ideas. That's kind of what this whole show is.
executing on my stupid ideas.
Yeah, and then it comes out funny and good.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to uh I'll have to have a brainstorming session with
There you go.
myself and maybe
Yeah,
Zucchini.
there you go.
She's cuddling so nicely with me right now. It's very peaceful.
I'm trying to think of other stuff that I've played recently.
Okay. I've been playing a ton more Rocket League, Ryan.
Have you?
Well, not a ton more, but every night I get on. Well, not every night, but let's say every other. I don't want to. I'm not gonna make. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Specifics.
I'm not gonna lie to our audience.
Uh-huh.
Let's say on average every other night for about an hour. So that'd be about a half hour every night.
Okay. About a half hour, maybe 30 minutes every night.
Before I go to sleepy time, I
That's
get in
fine.
some Rocket League.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a good way to
couldn't-
kind of.
I feel like I couldn't go to sleep after Rocket League. I'd be too hyped up. It's so hype.
I love the 1v1s. Finding,
1v1s.
yeah, that's all I do.
all you-
1v1s. Well, every once in a while I'll do a 3v3, but 1v1s, man.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at, Ryan. I still can't fly very good in that game.
That's hard.
It's hard. And I watch some of these videos of some of these guys that just like they were born to fly. And I just don't. I'm just like a penguin. Just like
Yeah.
a penguin jumping off a glacier.
Kind of just hop really high and kind of glide.
And then I glide on my belly. But in that game, I glide, like you slide on your back from time to time if you miscalculate your jump. And then you're fucked because you know that the guy's like already in the goal. But I'm pretty good 1v1.
I don't like 1v1 because
I could get on some Twitch and do some 1v1.
You could.
Show off my skizzles.
yeah, that'd be great. Every time I play 1v1, I inherently make a mistake and then I just get dunked on.
Yeah. Just dunked. Just like Shaquille O'Neal on a Little Tykes basketball rim.
Exactly. It's a very unforgiving mode where like the
Oh, if you
slightest
make-
mistake,
yeah.
you're just boned.
If you make one mistake, you're done. Well, yeah, most of the time. If you're playing with someone that is like really new to the game, that
Yeah.
doesn't know what they're doing, then you're fine. But other than that, you're pretty much done. And I found people are actually pretty. So there are some dicks in the world, Ryan.
No, on the
there's not-
internet?
On the internet, there's people that aren't generally nice. Did you know this?
I don't believe you for a second.
Yeah.
I haven't met or seen one person in
I've
any
met-
comment section.
I met
Anywhere.
at least a handful of them.
They're out there.
But I found in Rocket League, people are for the most part pretty supporting. Honestly, like they give you the nice shots when
Yeah.
you make a shot. They do there's the whole exchange of like little cordial, like, hey, you did it, guy. Good for you. Like that's almost refreshing in video games. Like I had like a whole chat with someone as we were playing a match, and at the end of it, he typed to me, "That was a really fun game." Like,
Hey, buddy.
not just
We're buddies now.
not just a GG, Ryan. He was like, "That was a really fun game. Good job." And I beat him. And I'm like, "What other video games you play?"
I find
And what is it about that? Is it just the sheer number of people? So the probability of you finding the assholes is just a little bit lower, or?
You're also playing on Steam too, which maybe is a little different.
But I still play against PlayStation folks.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. It'll say in our little icons, it'll say PlayStation Network, like
Oh,
PSY
okay.
Network, when I'm playing against PlayStation people, and that happens quite often. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about that game. People seem to be not as upset, I guess, when they lose.
Yeah, maybe because it's so low stakes, like it's so short. That hey, whatever,
It's
just
like
play
5 minutes.
game.
Just 5 minutes.
It. Yeah, so no big deal.
It's all
I couldn't
good.
get all mad at this.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I do.
like there's not like any like overflowing like record, or you don't lose
No,
any rocket points or like
just a little.
anything like that.
They have a rating. If you want to do the ranking ones, there's a score. So your score is going to get hit a little bit,
Okay.
but that's
Whatever.
okay because I got sparks coming out of the back of my, you know.
I got this cool hat, so
Yeah,
what does it matter?
I know. I got a fez on a truck
Uh-huh.
that shoots like slime out the back.
Fuck.
It's a
Rocket
good
League.
time. Rocket League.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Should be their slogan. Everything's fine.
Rocket League. Yeah. No, I don't know. That's one of those games that I think that I will generally pick up and play for a while.
Is that your game of the year right now?
Batman is, but
Batman is.
that's a close second. Yeah, I really love Batman.
Mine might be Metal Gear, I think, right now.
Fine. And I was thinking about this. Like we always do a game of the year at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And we always end up arguing. Why don't we just each do our own and kind of give it our reason? I don't know if we have to come up with a consensus between the two of us for just one game.
Sure, I don't care. We used to be more serious about it, but last year we didn't even we just picked a game. And that was about it. We didn't do like a whole like best everything.
We've only agreed once. We agreed once. We agreed with Portal 2, I think, right? Didn't you? Wasn't that yours?
No. Portal 2 didn't win.
What won?
We've actually gone over this on a podcast like a couple podcasts ago.
Maybe it just was so ahead of the others in my head that I figured who wouldn't pick that?
Jacob was still on the show then, and we picked Skyrim.
Fuck that game.
We did not pick Portal 2
It
that
didn't
year.
even work. It didn't even work on PlayStation.
No,
How did we end up picking that?
That's what won that year.
Ugh.
If you go back to, I think it's 2011.
This is it. Yoshi.
The 2011
Yoshi's gonna.
Diddy Awards. Oh no, he's killing himself, drowning. That's it.
That's it. That's fine. If that wasn't game of the year, so have we ever agreed on what it should be? Oh, Last of Us. Did we agree on that?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay, that was the one I was thinking of.
That was 2013.
Yes. So that was one we agreed on.
The year before that was.
I was gonna say something I forgot though.
Whatchamacallit? The Walking Dead game, which.
Did we agree on that one too?
You and me did, and it took a little bit to get Jacob over.
Oh, Jacob was. He was probably what? What did he want that year?
I can't remember. But he actually bought it while we were recording.
We convinced him.
We convinced him, and he purchased the season pass and bought it.
Welcome, Telltale. You were holding on by a thread to that
That's
point.
right.
God.
That was a really good game. I haven't talked about season 3 at all yet.
Yeah. So backwards compatibility, that's coming, right? Soon.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. It
My
totally is.
save, can I put my save on my Xbox One and continue my game from there?
Well, you could cloud save,
Yeah.
right?
I think so.
That would work.
Because really, I was only using my Xbox as my Walking Dead Netflix machine, so
That's all I use it for.
my 360.
Yeah.
So if I can translate that, or if I can transfer that over
But
to the Xphone.
you'd have to play the 360 version of Walking Dead Season 3, if that is even a thing.
And I'm okay with that.
What they should really do at this point is just fill out this questionnaire, like completely break
Fill out a questionnaire.
completely break the idea that like the game has any like real choice other than a few couple things, and just say, hey, what are these 15 choices you made in season 1, and what are the 15 choices you made in season 2? We'll make a new save based off your decisions.
Why couldn't they figure out a way to port your saves to a new game?
I don't know. I think they're just really different, like architects of the system. So,
damn it, Ryan. It's very important to me to continue my one game, though. That is important to me.
oh yeah, totally. To to keep
Oh,
that save going.
you hear that? Or is that just my ear?
What?
My computer just made noises. I
Oh
didn't know if
no,
you heard it.
no.
Okay, good.
But yeah,
I have a Java update.
oh wow, congratulations.
Mhm.
But yeah, to keep that save going, that's totally super important to that game.
Hmm.
Like I guess they came out with season 1 and season 2, I think last year, on both PS4 and Xbox One. And I guess if you really wanted to, you could play those games over again.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But,
My
or
game.
or you could just
My game.
it'd be nice.
My game.
I'm trying to think of other stuff I played.
You had all this talk, all these games you've been playing,
I play a
and
lot of
all you
Metal
talked
Gear.
about was Metal Gear.
That's all I've been playing. Is a
Well,
lot
that's fine.
a
I only
lot
played
of
Metal Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Uh, you played was that the Raiden only game?
That's
Rising.
Rising. That
Yeah.
game. I could talk about that game for hours. I could.
Raiden. It's Raiden, not Raiden.
Yes, Metal Gear Rising is an amazing game, and
Where you can chop a watermelon in 8 different slices.
I hope there's a sequel to that game at some point. It's so
What if
good.
there was like a Bayonetta Metal Gear Rising crossover? Would you be into that?
Sure, I like Bayonetta.
Good to know.
Bayonetta's cool. I wish I had a Wii U so I could play Bayonetta 2.
I wish I had a Wii U so I could play Mario Maker because that game looks really fun.
I've been thinking about buying one just to do that, but I feel like with all this talk of their new console coming out and things like that, I just feel like next year there's gonna be a new Nintendo console. So like I don't know if I will get a year's worth out of it because it's still I've been like looking at prices. It's still like $250 to buy a Wii U, and that's just it's a lot of money. If it was like $150 or $200, I think I would probably bite a little bit more. It's just a lot of money to justify one game. Oh, I shouldn't say one game because there's probably
You'd buy Smash, you'd buy Mario Kart.
there's probably 5 or 6 games at this point in my life that I would enjoy playing on the Wii U. But including Yoshi's Woolly World because that looks awesome. But I I just don't know how long that console's gonna last at this point.
It's a great question, Ryan.
I just don't know.
Uh,
So I don't want to dump a bunch. And also, I kind of feel like when
New Star Fox, would you play that?
yeah, sure. Why wouldn't I play a new Star Fox?
I don't know. Just asking.
Who wouldn't play a new Star Fox? Also, like I feel like, in whatever 2-3 years, Jaxie's gonna really want to start playing video games. Nintendo's probably a good route to do that.
Nintendo's a great route to do that.
I would probably buy a Nintendo console at that point. So
You can't wait for him to get a little older so you can justify it.
yeah, and then just buy a bunch of amiibos and
Look, Nina, he's learning.
He's learning.
He's drawing things on a thing and it's on the other thing.
Man, all those Star Wars Disney Infinity toys look really awesome. I just wish he was a little bit older. Just a little bit older.
I want one of those BB-8s, Ryan.
Oh, I want one of those BB-8s too. They look awesome.
If you ever just get, a hankering to do something nice for me,
Okay.
you just want to buy me one of those, I would accept it.
Sure. That makes sense. Sure.
So, just let me know if that happens.
Yeah, totally. I will let you know.
We didn't mention this, but your wife and my future wife are out right now shopping for wedding dresses.
They are. That is, in fact, that's why we have the opportunity to do this.
Hey.
Hey.
So that's happening.
It's all happening so quick, Cole. It's happening so quick.
I don't know, man. One day you ask her out to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch Green Bay Packers lose to the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey, that's happening tonight.
It's happening. Well,
They
hopefully
might not lose.
hopefully not the losing part. But and next day you have a dog with weird ears on your lap,
Uh-huh.
and your fiance is wedding dress shopping
Jeez.
with your sister-in-law.
Jeez.
It's like that's like A and that's like B, Ryan.
That's
That's how
all.
quickly it
It
happens.
happens so fast. They grow up so quick.
And the men stay home and talk about video games and fantasy football.
Uh-huh. That makes sense.
I like that side of things, Ryan.
Totally.
What I'm into.
I'm
So you got anything else for me today?
trying to
You got
think.
anything else you want to share with the world?
God, I feel like I've been playing something else that I just can't think about right now, and it's kind of bugging me.
Anything on the iPhone, the iPhone? You have the iOS 9. I don't really notice much different about it.
I don't know. It did a couple things, but I don't think it did anything super crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it really, I guess on the new phone it probably makes a lot more sense. We could talk about, Apple TV is definitely making a move into games a little bit more than they have in the past.
Right.
Um,
Can I play Snake on my TV yet?
Probably. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a whole new operating system called, is it tvOS or something like that?
I didn't watch the Apple conference.
So basically, when you buy an Apple,
Sorry.
basically when you buy an Apple TV right now, before the new one,
Right now.
it comes with apps on it.
Go to your closest Apple orchard.
And that's it. Like, you can't download actual apps. But now there's a whole new apps. Excuse me. There's a whole new app store specifically for Apple TV that includes, obviously, all the streaming apps that have been available forever, but also games. The controller has like motion sensing in it.
So what games are available?
There's a couple like exclusive games. Harmonix showed off
Oh, I did see that.
I think it's called Beat Sport or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like Wii Sports, but with a musical take on it. And the controller is motion censored, so when you had to they showed like a baseball kind of thing, and you had to swing a bat, to hit a ball. The person was actually swinging the little controller. It's not like a video game controller. It's more like a remote type thing. I'm trying to think of other. They announced like all the rhythm games that are coming back this year, like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. There'll be versions of those.
Any interest in getting that? Any interest in getting a new Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
No, I never owned another one from the previous generation, so I don't have those instruments readily available.
You never did?
No.
Really?
No.
Well, I thought our friend gave you all of his old Rock Band stuff.
No.
That never happened. I'm making that up.
He gave it to our friend Steve. He didn't give it to me.
Oh.
Steve owns all that stuff.
Okay.
So I don't actually have it. It's not mine.
You don't own it.
It's not in my house, thankfully. So yeah, I don't have any of that stuff. It sounds like, all that stuff. There's even a specific Xbox One dongle that works. I know you love the word dongle. That works so that all your wireless 360 stuff works.
I wasn't expecting to hear that word today.
On your Xbox One. Obviously, all the PS3 and the PS4 stuff. It's just Bluetooth, so it just works over the same Bluetooth stuff.
Right.
So, yeah, all that's. I don't have.
So you're not into like spending extra money to buy fake instruments. Is that what it comes down to, or would you just not be into it in general?
If I was gonna spend time, I think it's a lot of fun to play with a group of people.
Right.
And bang out on fake instruments. I just don't
out.
I just don't see that happening at this point in my life. In my current
Are you
situation.
too old for Rock Band?
I'm not saying I'm too old for it. I'm just saying that how often does everyone come over to play Rock Band?
I would come over.
Yeah, but that's the problem, is that you would come over like
trying to get you to buy it for me. That's what I'm trying to do.
You would come over like once or twice.
Zoe wants you to buy it.
You would come over like once or twice. You're just rubbing everywhere.
Sorry.
You would come over like once or twice, and then I would have spent $200 or $300 or whatever it is, and then that would have been it. Now I got all these plastic instruments in my house again.
Well,
what am I gonna do?
Jackson can learn to play them.
Yeah, I just feel like if I was gonna play like
she's moving.
If I was gonna play a rhythm game, I would. I have the Rocksmith game, which uses real guitars, and I learn real songs that way, and that game works exceptionally well. So I would probably play that game.
I made the mistake of putting an ice cube in my mouth. Yes. Now I don't want to crunch it.
No, no, now we're here. Um,
So do they have a price tag yet for any of these? You know?
I don't think so, but they will probably be very similarly priced to
Yeah.
what they were before, I would assume.
I looked at the Rock Band lineup. It's not very good.
Well, I think both of them are kind of trying to build this, platform of
Sure.
downloadable content that,
Right. And you can port all your old songs of the Rock Band over.
yeah, I think a majority of them, yes.
Yeah. So, um,
I mean, it's kind of weird that this year we're getting
a Tony Hawk game.
yeah, and a Rock Band game and like all this stuff. I think this is like the year that Activision has probably released the most games in a very long time. I mean, there was for a long time Activision was just it was Call of Duty,
It's a Call of Duty machine.
Skylanders, and like that's kind of about it. Other than like their budget games that they kind of stopped doing for a while.
Yeah.
So
I wish Tony Hawk was going to be good, but I don't think it will be.
yeah,
Putting that out there.
they kind of I don't know if you saw there were like screenshots a couple weeks ago where they redid the art style so it's more cell shaded.
It looks pretty rough.
Some of those screenshots were very, very, very rough.
Ugly.
Yeah, making
Stiff.
it made the characters look like they didn't have like upper lips.
Yeah.
It made really weird like claw hands on some of them. Like it wasn't a good way to show off your game. That game runs at like 60 frames a second. Like, just put out a video in that art style. Don't put out screenshots in the art style because then we're gonna like rip it apart, which the internet totally did. And it also makes it so your game doesn't look that good. Like, I'm a big Tony Hawk fan. I think you're a big Tony Hawk fan. We're excited about a new Tony Hawk game.
Totally excited.
But it just doesn't look that good. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up now. I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Let's see some. We'll wait on some reputable sources. Give us a review.
Reviews and stuff like that. Yeah, totally. Or just
When is that coming out? It's soon, right?
Yeah, October, like next month probably. I don't know.
Let's see. To the internet.
I mean, we're in it right now. Like, there's a ton of games coming out. There's there's a lot of things biting for your attention. I don't know if a not very good Tony Hawk game is really gonna set the world on fire. I think if it plays as good as the other games did, if it feels like a Tony Hawk game, and better than it felt like for the HD remix that came out a couple of years ago, I think it might have a chance to hit some of the like nostalgic people like you and me and all the other kids that grew up in that time. But I don't know about new kids. I don't know. And also, skateboarding. Skateboarding isn't as popular as it was back then.
So guess what, Ryan?
What?
The new Tony Hawk game comes out a week from Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So it's like early in October.
It's not even October. It's the 29th.
It's this
of
month.
September.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll know soon enough.
And that's like a full $60 game. That's like a full real ass video game that they're selling in retail.
For Xbox One, 360, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 3. It may have worked better as a downloadable game.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Only. Yeah. We'll have
You
to
know
see.
what? You know what game actually that Activision is coming out with that looks kind of rad that I might actually buy?
Oh, you're using Rad, so it's got to be a good thing.
It's
Go ahead.
the new Transformers game. Looks
Oh, boy.
really cool. Have you seen any video on that?
No.
It's all old like 80s Transformers. It's all actually cell shaded. I think it runs at 60. It's a platinum game. It's the same team that put together Metal Gear Rising. So it's very like action packed, combo heavy. Optimus Prime like transforms into a truck in the middle of combos to juggle more. Just like cool stuff like that.
I could get into that.
Yeah, so it looks really cool. I'm looking forward to that. That is
When is that one? Is that next year?
No, that's like this next month or this month
Really?
or yeah, like soon. That might be in November. I don't know actually, to be honest.
You know, a game that I was excited for, but I was just kind of turned off by the reviews is Mad Max. I was thinking about picking that one up, but
Oh, yeah?
no one has really been that stoked about it. So I've just heard there's a lot of repetitiveness in it, so it's kind of turned me off.
I finally saw that movie.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it is. It is very good. I was
It's fun.
very, yeah. I like the fact that like it doesn't have to, kind of explain anything. It just kind of, hey man, we're gonna start and go.
You're going
You can
right
pick up.
from the get-go.
You can pick up story stuff on the way if you need to. You probably don't need to though. So let's just go.
The scarier looking the person, the more evil they are.
Yes.
And you can kind of like just kind of, these are the good guys, these are the bad guys, these are the cars. What did you think of that guitar guy on the?
Yeah, it was super
That was a
rad.
great touch, right?
Yeah.
Like to add the
not?
music to the background that it was literally happening live. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, it wasn't really happening live, but they just strapped this dude like on bungee cords to a car, and he's playing like these sweet guitar riffs. It was pretty
Yeah,
fun, actually.
Totally. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like the same as like there's a soldier that drummed usually to keep up
Yeah,
pace
right.
with everything.
Right.
What if you crank that up to 1,000 like everything in Mad Max?
Yeah. There was actually an episode of Conan where he got. Did you see this one? He got strapped to
No.
that thing.
Oh, because it's like a real thing. It's like a real guitar
Mm-hmm.
that shoots
Yeah.
flames that far.
They put Conan in all the makeup and let him mess around on it. It was pretty funny.
It is pretty rad. I think it's a very special movie, and I don't know how well it did. You know, how well it actually made money and stuff like that. I don't know if it'll actually get a sequel or not. But I think it's just the practical effects in it make it a very special movie.
And that's the kind
It
of
just
movie
doesn't
that
happen very often.
that's the kind of movie that like with this new tone or the reimagining of it, that I don't think it needs a sequel. I don't know if it will get one, but I just think it's kind of a cool experience. Like here it is, like it's good enough that I mean, I want to rewatch it at some point. So I don't know if it necessarily needs a sequel.
I have 3D.
How many Mad Maxes are there? There's
I think there's 3 now.
3. Okay.
There's like
Okay.
the original. There's like the Thunderdome one, and then there's
Welcome,
yes, and then
to
there's this one.
Thunderdome.
And what's interesting about this one is it's very not so often like the original guy that kind of directed it and stuff like that gets to come back and direct the remake. Like that just doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it had the tone of the original, but it was like cranked up.
totally.
Yeah. Very important, Ryan. Did you take Alshon out? Because the game just started.
I did.
Good for you.
I did take him out. Thank you.
And the
Have-
Cardinals just ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown. I'm not even kidding right now.
Go Bears. I don't know. Don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to say to that. How do you get on your phone? Do you have like a pass of some sort?
Comcast. You can just watch it.
Oh, okay. We
You
should
watch it.
You should probably take that down. just 'cause
I know it's
kinda-
illegal, but
it's illegal.
it was only 2 seconds, Ryan. It's okay. It's not illegal if it's 2
We're
seconds.
the NFL is gonna bust us. They're gonna take this video down. We'll never be on the internet again.
I showed 3 seconds of a player's helmet. I think we're okay.
And it was blurry too. I think we'll be fine.
Great. I'm not. If I got a letter from the NFL, I would think they really have problems. It really
I
needs
think-
some.
Yeah, they have like too much time on their hands. They can monitor all this stuff.
Sorry, NFL. Ryan will make sure to blur that out even more in post.
I think it was pretty blurry already.
Good. Perfect.
But yeah,
Have anything else?
I feel like I do, but I can't think of it right now. So
Well, let's do one of these before 2 months from now.
yeah, now that we're like in the middle of stuff and things are actually coming out, we should probably do this more. We've been actually posting more videos on our YouTube page than we have on doing these actual podcasts. So If you want to check those out, it's just youtube.com/fewbitspodcast.
Get some of those Ollie views up.
Yeah, or just fewbits.com is pretty much your go-to source for all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I haven't been playing some Ollie, but I should get back on that because it's
totally
fun.
should.
Yeah, Ryan kind of just plugged everything we had. I think youtube.com/fewbitspodcast, twitch.tv/fewbits, iTunes. Search us. You found us here, so good for you. Facebook and Twitter, Fewbits. I'm at Cole Tixon on Twitter. Ryan's at Ryan Hank.
Yeah, that's it.
And have a great week, everyone.
All right. Bye.
We love you. We love you all.
Bye.
All right.